Hello there, and welcome. You've found your way to a soft corner of history, a place where the past doesn't rush, where stories unfold slowly, and where you're free to drift gently into sleep. Tonight, we're going to take a quiet walk through a medieval army camp, not during battle, but on a calm evening. Not in the clash of swords, but in the soft murmurs of daily life. We'll explore the routines, the order, the forgotten customs, all the little things that kept a traveling medieval army moving forward, peacefully, steadily. So if you're lying down now, or settling in, go ahead and close your eyes. Let your breath slow down. Imagine the air growing still, the sound of distant bells echoing across a field, a soft wind brushing canvas tents, and somewhere a fire crackling low. Let's begin. Every army on the march needed rest and order. Long before nightfall, the soldiers would begin their most familiar ritual, setting up camp. The location was never random. Scouts would ride ahead to find a space that was flat, dry, and close to fresh water. A field, perhaps, near a wooded edge, with high ground to keep the rain away, and a spring bubbling nearby. As the army arrived, each group would move to its designated place, for the camp had its own invisible map, as precise as a town. The commander's tent was always at the center, large and sometimes decorated with colorful banners, a hub of quiet authority. Around it, the officers would pitch their tents, then the knights, then the foot soldiers. Even the horses had their own spaces, tied near the stables, watched by quiet squires brushing them down in the fading light. Once the tents were up, the rhythm of camp life took over. There was a strange comfort in the repetition. Some men gathered firewood from nearby trees, carrying bundles on their shoulders. Others dug shallow trenches around tents to keep out the rain. Water was drawn in leather buckets, filled from the stream and poured into barrels. The cooks, soldiers with that quiet knack for making meals from little, would prepare gruel or stew. They boiled beans, chopped salted meat, tossed in herbs. The smells were earthy and warm, drifting gently between the tents. No one rushed. Even in war, the camp was where time moved differently. Squires, young attendants to knights, moved with quiet purpose. One oiled armor plates, the metal catching the last of the sunlight. Another sharpened a sword on a whetstone with smooth, practiced strokes. Their hands worked in near silence, only the faint scrape of metal on stone breaking the calm. They knew where every item went. A knight's gear was stored neatly, helmet on a stand, sword across a saddle, gloves laid flat, boots drying by the fire. The squire's job was not just to assist, but to maintain order. Behind the scenes were the armorers, the blacksmiths, the clerks. The unseen engine of the camp, keeping wheels greased, ledgers written, tools repaired. As the evening deepened, the guards took their posts. Each knew their hour, their place. Some stood at the outer edge, their silhouettes barely visible against the trees. Others walked slowly between rows of tents, spears in hand, listening more than looking. Watchfires dotted the perimeter, low, steady flames to mark presence more than offer warmth. It was not fear that kept the watch. It was discipline. The understanding that rest depended on structure, and within that structure, the camp slept sounder